Hey guys, it's Jacqueline and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today's video is actually a recreation from a TV show and I'm so excited about this build. If you couldn't tell, because I sound pretty hyper, and that is saying a lot because I just came from doing literally like an hour and a half of chemistry video notes, so kind of my mind should be very numb right now, but I'm very excited to do this voiceover and share this video. So this is a recreation of Luke's diner and also Luke's apartment from the TV show Gilmore Girls, which is like one of my favorite TV shows ever. I love it so much, and I cannot even possibly explain it to you, like, how much that show means to me, because it's just a very, like, I don't know, I have good memories associated with it. But either way, one other thing that I love about the show, besides the fact that it's amazing, is that it has really cool sets. And literally, like, I can't even tell you, the set designers on this show, they must be so good at their jobs, because every single set on the show is so intricately designed, and there's, like, so much character behind it, I think, so I just love them a lot. So that is the build that I'm doing today, and this is actually going to be part of a series where I am building basically every like prominent building in Stars Hollow, and also one that is not in Stars Hollow, because I'm doing obviously this is Luke's diner and Luke's apartment. Then there's going to be like a part 2 of this, which is going to be with Taylor's old-fashioned soda shop and candy store, which is like the building next door, and then also the building on the end. I haven't entirely decided what to do with that one because they don't really establish in the show what that building is, but I was thinking I could turn it into the Stars Hollow Gazette office building, because we see that one a lot in the renovation, or the revival of the show. So I was thinking I could do that, or I could do the bookstore, which we don't see that much, but it's like a kind of a staple of the town. And then there's a few other places that I'm still not exactly sure if I want to build, like Miss Patty's barn is like a dance studio, and also they have the town meetings there and stuff, so you see it a lot, but there's like not really a lot to it, so I'm not sure if I want to do that one. I'm definitely going to build Kim's Antiques. Obviously I'm going to build the house that Lorelai and Rory live in for a majority of the series, and I'm going to do the Gilmore Mansion where Emily and Richard live, and what else? Actually, let me check my Pinterest board really fast, because I have all of the things that I want to build pinned on there. Okay, so the one main thing that I forgot that I'm definitely building is the Dragonfly Inn, obviously, which is the inn that Lorelai and Suki own throughout the show, or not throughout the show, but they buy it in, I think, the third season, because it's the season that Rory graduates in. Okay, sorry. But I have watched this show literally like 4 times through, and so I know everything. I know everything about it. So sorry if I seem like a complete nerd during this voiceover, because I'm gonna be like referencing little things, and you guys are gonna be like, "What? Why do you know this?" You know. But that's okay. So there are some other things that I'm still thinking about building, but I'm not really sure about. Like, I was thinking I might want to build Chilton, but then I decided that I did not want to die, because that thing is huge, and I just no, you know. But I think the biggest thing is either going to be the Gilmore Mansion or Kim's Antiques, because Kim's Antiques is very cluttered. Like, if you've seen it in the show, it's literally just like a huge house with tables and chairs stacked on top of tables and random stuff everywhere, because it's an antique store. And then the Gilmore Mansion is just very large, and we don't see a lot of pictures of the outside of it, so I'm not going to have much to base it off of there, but there are a lot of pictures of the inside. So either way, that is what you can expect to come in this series, so definitely if you're interested in that and you are not subscribed already, be sure to do that so that you can obviously watch the rest of these if you want, or I guess you could just like come back to my channel randomly, like whenever you think I might have uploaded one. I don't know. It's gonna be what I'm uploading for the next while, because I have been working on the Pinterest boards for this for like the past few weeks. I've just been like pinning every single picture I can find of any of the places that I want to build, and I'm so excited to do everything. So yeah, the outside of this right now is this building on the end here takes a while to come together, and it's not really like that featured in this video because obviously I haven't furnished it yet. I have furnished Taylor's old-fashioned soda shop and candy store, which I decided not to include in this video because frankly I just don't have a 35-minute voiceover in me today, and that's what this video came out to, with that part included in it. But there is a picture of that on my Twitter if you want to see it for some reason, but it'll be in my next video of this, or maybe not my next one, but it'll definitely be in a video coming up soon for this series. But yeah, that tweet didn't get very much love, which was really sad. Let's hope the same thing doesn't happen with the video, because that always happens with my videos. I get so excited to share something, and I like work really hard on it, and then I share it, and it gets like 2 views, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that's fine then. I'm not really hurt. I promise. This didn't tear me apart inside. Why would you say that? But I hope that doesn't happen with this one. I don't know. Either way, I'm just really proud of this build as a whole, so no matter what happens, I can be like, yeah, I did that. But I think the exterior is like okay. What I'm really proud of is the interiors, because the recreation, boy, oh boy, did I put this off for a while, because the sets are so cluttered. Like, there's so much random stuff everywhere, and you don't even like get a storyline for most of it. It's just like, oh, here's a bunch of random pictures, and that applies to both the diner and then also to his apartment. And his apartment, I'm not a huge fan of it. It gets better throughout the series because, well, first of all, it starts out as a room and then it gets expanded into like a 2-bedroom thing because Luke's nephew moves in. I will explain more about the storyline oh, by the way, there's gonna be spoilers for the show, so if you haven't watched the full thing through, or if you like think you might in the future and you don't want to get spoilers, although I don't think you would remember the spoilers if you haven't even started the show yet, but yeah, the point is that Luke's apartment goes through a lot of phases, as does the diner in general, because you'll see when we get into it that I put a window in there that is not there for the first like 5 seasons of the show, I think, and then when Taylor opens up the old-fashioned soda shop and candy store is when the window gets put in, because Taylor, like, there's this whole thing where Taylor is like basically puts a hole in the wall of Luke's diner, and then Luke is like, what did you do? And it's great. Sorry, that's not even like a key storyline, but it's just funny. So the point is that there's a lot of like discrepancies throughout the timeline of the show that like sort of change what the set would look like, but I decided it's kind of a mishmash of stuff, just like what I thought would look best and stuff. So Luke's apartment is only 1 room, but there is the window in the diner, so it's kind of like a bit of an anachronism, I guess. There's not there's not just one specific time in the show where you could pinpoint and be like, this is the show at this point. So I hope nobody minds, because I don't think anybody is paying as much attention as me, but like, I don't know, I just really wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to look as cool as possible, and I'm really excited about this. So I think that this lot, even if you like don't care about the show at all, I think this would be such a fun lot to visit in your game, because obviously there's the diner, so that's a functional restaurant, so you can go in there, and I'm gonna set it up with like a proper diner menu and stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna make the waiters wear flannels, because if you've seen the show, Luke always wears a flannel and jeans and a backwards baseball cap. I'm gonna do that with the waiters, and I'm so excited. It's gonna be great. So it's gonna be fantastic, and that'll be a fun place to come to. And then also the soda shop and candy store. I know that I didn't include that in this build, so I probably shouldn't talk about it yet, but what I did there was I put in one of the like fridge thingies that came with Get to Work, I think. Yeah, Get to Work. So that when you like turn it into a retail lot, you can purchase ice cream from the fridge, or you could just leave it on the restaurant function, because then when you come and visit the lot, you can still just take some of the ice cream out of the fridge, and I already filled it up with plenty of ice cream flavors, and it's great. I'm so excited. So I think this would be such a fun lot to visit. And also once I fill in I'm kind of leaning more towards a bookstore now that I think about it for the 3rd building, then you can like turn it into a retail lot as well and purchase books. But I love doing like multifunctional lots like this, where you can just have a lot of, oops, sorry, I hit my mic, have a lot of stuff going on, so that you can like visit it and turn it into a lot of different places, and then you'll be able to do a lot of different things. I really enjoy doing builds like this. I've done a few others in the past, which I will probably put in the cards, because I love to plug my own videos, because, you know, I need that promo. But anyway, now we're getting onto the interior of this build, and I tried really hard to follow it as much as possible, like follow the design of the actual diner, but there are some things that I could not do. At first, I'm really glad that I ended up putting the walls onto what I'm doing right now. I put them onto medium height instead of the lowest height, because if I had them on the lowest height, I wouldn't have been able to put all of the like clutter on the walls, which is like I didn't realize it until I started building, but it's a really prominent feature in the diner, is that there's like a lot of paraphernalia on the walls all over them, just like random stuff from, I'm imagining Luke's childhood and whatever, because he's not a particularly nostalgic guy, but like I don't know, I think he enjoys stuff. So anyway, Anyway, oh, sorry, I love mocking myself. That's a lie, I don't, but it's just a thing I do a lot. So, yeah, how are you guys doing? I hope you're well. Clearly, I am very hyper. I'm just really excited about this. Like, I'm so excited about this build, I can't even explain it, and I don't know, I'm kind of worried that nobody will want to watch it because, like I mentioned, my Twitter post did not do too well, but I'm not really sure why that was, because I also posted, like, a while ago, I posted a screenshot of the diner, and that one did decently, like, it circulated pretty well, but then this one did, like, a screenshot. I did a screenshot of the exterior of the diner, the interior of the diner, Luke's apartment, and Taylor's old-fashioned soda shop and candy store. I should stop saying the full title, shouldn't I? And that one didn't do very well, so I don't know. Either way, I hope that whoever is watching this enjoys it because, yeah, I'm definitely enjoying making it. So, basically, what is going on in here is that I was just trying to literally just recreate it as much as possible. There were a few things, like, Luke has a, like, no cell phones poster or sign or whatever back there where I'm putting up the red sign right now, and unfortunately we don't have one that's exactly like that in the game, so I decided to put the one of the guy on fire who's like running away from the fire. I don't know, but I just thought it was a funny poster, honestly, and I've never used it before, so I thought that it kind of worked, and if you know the show, you'll probably get the reference even though it's not exactly the same. So I just thought that was kind of, yeah, I thought it was cute. And then I do use a lot of debug clutter all around here. I have to get rid of those bowls, by the way, because when I was playtesting this build, the bowls went rotten really fast, so I can't use those, but I'm gonna look for another alternative that doesn't spoil. I think I know of some white bowls in the debug menu that don't spoil, but I really wanted to use the metal ones because I feel like they just add to the vibes better. But I don't know. Either way, I don't think it's really that significant, but I just really wanted this entire place to feel like very homey, because that's kind of the vibe that you get from the diner. So Luke is like this character that's really like, he seems kind of rough around the edges and stuff, and like he doesn't come off as the most nice person in the world, but then like once you get to know him throughout the series, he's actually really sweet. So that's kind of like, I feel like the feeling reflected in the diner, like it's definitely rustic, it's not like super pretty, or it doesn't even look like it's decorated to be super inviting, but it does feel that way, I hope. I don't know, I just tried to copy the pictures that I saw as much as possible, and there are so many pictures of the diner, so that was really helpful. There's a lot of other builds that I'm going to be doing that don't have as many pictures, but yeah, I don't know. I think that it still turns out really well, and once we get on to the apartment upstairs, you'll see that that is kind of brown everywhere. It's really dark and damp, and so once Luke finds out that he has a daughter, she comes to his apartment and she like helps him decorate it with a lot of colors and stuff. But I decided to just make it the way that it would be in the first few seasons, where he like doesn't really have anybody else living there, or if he has Jess living there, it's sort of like, it's still pretty dark and just cluttered, and there's a lot of stuff, but I will talk about them more when we get to it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because there's not a lot of stuff to talk about in the diner, since a lot of it is just literally putting stuff everywhere. Like, there's so much junk, but he has a lot of stuff all over the walls, like I mentioned, like above the windows and stuff, and I love the way that that looks. Like, I think it adds so much to the build, and I never do builds like this when I'm not trying to reference something or like recreate something, because frankly, I never think to put stuff like that everywhere. Like, I definitely, when I'm just building out of my head, I definitely do tend to go more on the cluttered side, but I don't necessarily like put stuff literally everywhere like there is in this build. But I do like the way it looks, and there's the window, by the way, where you can look into the soda shop. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing okay with everything. Hopefully this will be a good distraction if you are not doing too well. But yeah, I hope that, you know, you could just default to well and you don't need a distraction. But I don't know, I'm pretty good. I've just been doing a lot of work. Like, we have a lot of schoolwork, and obviously the collab video went live a few days ago. If you saw that, that was a really exciting build too. So that was a lot of fun, and I still need to watch a lot of people's videos from that because I didn't get a chance to, because I've been really busy with schoolwork and stuff. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and The Sims they linked to the playlist of the collab on their Instagram, I think, so that was cool. I am never on Instagram, but I saw screenshots from other people that were in the collab, and it was so nice, and that was really exciting. I don't know, I kind of felt like bad about my video because obviously it was an Earth Day collab, and like we're sort of supposed to talk about the Earth more, you know, but I did that once before on my channel and I got a hate comment, so I was sort of scared to do it again, so I decided not to, because also I have very strong opinions. I tend to get heated and preachy, so I just wanted to avoid that, you know, but like, just to be clear, support the environment, guys. That's my statement. Anyway, yeah, that was just a really fun video to do, and I'm just really excited about like all of the builds that I'm planning on doing more. And there's nothing really else going on in my life, obviously, because like what else is gonna be going on, you know? I don't really know. There's one thing that I've been wanting to do for a while is like film a video of myself asking questions to myself in 5 years, I think. So like a Dear 20-year-old me video or whatever. I don't know, because Dodie did one, and I'm like the biggest Dodie fangirl you will ever meet. Like, I love her so much. Her concert, it was so good. It was so good. So yeah, she like did a response to her Dear 25-year-old me video like a little while ago, I think, and I was kind of like, wow, that would be a cool idea, even though honestly I don't have much to say about myself. Like, when I'm like, hi, you're mentally unstable, hope you're not anymore, you know, but like, whatever, it'll be fine. So I just think that would be a cool thing to do, and I've got a lot of time right now, so I already wrote the questions, but I'm just kind of like putting it off actually filming the video, because like I don't look that great, you know? My personal maintenance is not the best right now, so I kind of just need to like pick a day where I'm like, yes, I'm going to actually get ready today and get dressed and like look good, so I can like look back 5 years down the line and be like, wow, I used to be stylish, you know? Even though that's totally not an accurate representation, but you know, it's all about faking it until you make it. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and that's exciting. And besides that, yeah, I'm basically just simming, school, sleep, repeat, and you know, I'm not complaining. I'm just honestly keeping myself busy is the key, I think, because like once you're not productive for a while, you just get into slumps of like, what's the point, I don't want to do anything, you know? So like, if you keep going, that's just best, I think, and for me personally at least, because like I have slumps a lot where I'm like, I don't want to do anything, and what's the point of anything, and bleh, and it's awful, and it's miserable, so I try to like keep myself doing as much as possible, because otherwise it just doesn't go well for me, you know? So basically, that is pretty much it. I don't know. So there will be a lot of videos out pretty consistently for the foreseeable future, at least I hope, because I know exactly what I want to build, and I've started a few of the builds for Stars Hollow. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call this series. I think just like building Stars Hollow, recreating Stars Hollow, I don't know. I want to do something that catches the eye of those viewers, you know, because we really gotta, I mean, not clickbait. I mean, it won't be clickbait though, because it's what I'm actually doing, you know, but I'll figure that out. Obviously, you guys know already, because it's going to be part of the title of the video. But yeah, I guess another reason that I decided not to include Taylor's soda shop in this video was because then I would have to make the title Luke's apartment, Luke's diner, Taylor's, I mean, I would probably just do Luke's diner and call it that, but like in reality it would be Luke's diner, Luke's apartment, and Taylor's old-fashioned soda shop and candy store. That's a tongue twister, and that would have been a disaster. But I don't know, I don't think that any of the other videos will probably be as popular as this one. I mean, I don't think this one is going to be popular necessarily, but I feel like this is one of the most iconic places in the show, like this and then probably Lorelai and Rory's house, and I think those are going to be the most like common, or the things that people would be inclined to watch the most. So either way, I don't know, if you're a hardcore fan like me, you're gonna be interested in all of it. So yeah, but I love this show so much, I can't even explain it. Like, it's just a good time, you know? So anyway, now we are doing Luke's apartment, and as you can see, it is already, you can tell, very beige and stuff. So this kitchen actually, it's very similar to the shape of the kitchen in the actual show, except for it's sort of reversed. Like, if you were to watch the show, you would see that the fridge would be usually on the other side, like far away from the windows and stuff, but just for the rest of the apartment, this orientation worked best. So that's what I went with, and also you just saw that I put up the curtains, and they're floral, because there is actually a whole like tidbit, that's the wrong word, but there's a whole like I don't know, it's just a part of the show, like a little thing in the show, like a quirk, where Luke has floral curtains in his apartment, and when his old girlfriend comes to town, she and Lorelai are talking about it, and Lorelai is like, oh, nice touch with the floral curtains, by the way, and Rachel's like, oh, those were Luke, but don't tell him I told you. So I liked that, because, you know, it's like the softer side of Luke, and it's, yeah. Anyway, so I decided to use these curtains. I probably think that the better color combination would have been the plaid ones, because there's a lot of plaids that also come in this curtain, like there's a lot of plaid colorways, but I thought that it was important to include the floral detail, you know, because like I just want to stay as true to the character as possible. So yeah, and then basically for the rest of the kitchen, I was just pretty much trying to recreate it. It's not a huge kitchen, which seems counterintuitive, because like this guy obviously owns a diner, so you'd be like, yeah, he likes to cook, you know. But basically the storyline behind the entire apartment was that Luke, so what happened was Luke's father owned a hardware store, which is also why there's like a hammer sign outside the store. So Luke's father owned a hardware store. When his father passed away, he like took over the store, but he turned it into a diner, and then he made the office upstairs into his apartment. So that's why the whole apartment, first of all, is small. It's only one room, and there's no like separation between his bedroom or anything like that. And also obviously like that would explain why the kitchen is small. Everything else, it's sort of just like, I mean, I feel like that's very Luke of him to do. Like, he's a creature of necessity, so he doesn't really like feel the need to get a bigger apartment or anything like that. And he doesn't actually in the show until his nephew comes to live with him, which happens in season 2, I want to say. I don't know. I mean, I think it's season 2. So yeah, either way, I am just really happy with the way that the apartment turned out. It's very, very cluttered as well, and I have playtested this, so it all works perfectly fine, which I'm very happy about. But you'll notice a lot of it, if you've seen Luke's apartment, there's a lot of stuff I did in here that's like reminiscent of the vibes of the apartment, but it's not exactly how the apartment is. So I tried to recreate as closely as possible this couch area with the windows and stuff behind it, but that little like file cabinet thing behind it is actually in a completely different place in the real set. But I had to like put it there because I just really wanted it to be somewhere, because I feel like it's a pretty noticeable part of his apartment. And yeah, then there's also like the entryway setup I tried to recreate as closely as possible, and then the bed I tried, so you'll notice that a lot of the places look very similar to the like places in the show, like each individual section of the apartment, but it's not necessarily in the same orientation that it would have been if it was in the real apartment. Like, it's not like walking through the apartment, you don't see everything in the same order. I don't think I'm explaining this properly, just the placement is off, but the actual items and stuff are pretty closely replicated, I think. So I don't know, I'm just really happy with the way it turned out, and I think this is a fun apartment to play in. Obviously it's not functional, unfortunately, as an actual apartment. You could turn this a lot to residential if you really wanted to, but I don't see why you would, because like, you know, then the rest of the build basically isn't functional, and I just feel like that would be pretty boring. Also, we're in Magnolia Promenade right now. That just doesn't seem like a great place to live. Although there was a period in time where I was trying to build a bunch of townhouses in Magnolia Promenade, which I think would have been a cool idea, but I just did not. I did not end up wanting to finish that, because I did like 2, I think, and then after that they just were not really fitting in. Although, to be fair, I did not have the building prowess that I do now. Not to say that I'm like great now or anything, but I think it could be cool to try to do that again. Either way, I'm going to be building a lot of the different Stars Hollow areas in Magnolia Promenade. So there's going to be Kim's Antiques like across the street from this. The town square is going to be also across the street from Luke's Diner, this whole building, because that's how it is in the show. And yeah, so that's just gonna have the gazebo, and it's gonna be like a park area. I don't know, I'm just really excited. So hopefully you guys are also excited about this, or, you know, at the very least just care a little bit. I don't know. So yeah, this is the TV area is not really very closely replicated to what it was in the show, but everything else about this apartment is pretty much like this bed area. I tried my best. It doesn't exactly look the same, but I don't know. Overall, I just think the most important thing was maintaining the vibes, you know? Like, I just wanted it to feel like it if it wasn't the actual apartment, it was like an offshoot of the apartment or decorated by the same person in the same mindset and stuff. And Luke is very much like a hermit, and he's not too like, he doesn't put too much thought into what other people would think about his spaces. So also, nobody really comes up here ever. Like in the very beginning of the show, he has a single bed actually, not a double bed, which I thought was kind of a weird detail to include because he did have a girlfriend for a while, and I feel like, you know, single bed like symbolizes being closed off to relationships and stuff like that. But wow, symbolizes. Look at me. I keep doing that. But I can't stop. Either way, so I did decide to include a double bed just for the sake of like, I don't know, I want to say functionality, but then again, it's not really functional, but he does have a double bed for the majority of the show, so I just felt like that would be a better thing to include. And that is honestly pretty much it for this apartment. And for the rest of the build, this basically, I just do the bathroom, and then that is it. So thank you so much for watching this. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I don't think many people have made it to the end of this build, so if you did, I really appreciate it. And if you like this build and you want to let me know, you can leave a like and comment. And you can subscribe if you want to see more, and also if you want to see the other builds in this series, make sure to subscribe, click the bell for notifications if you want to get notified every single time that I upload a video. And that is it. Bye!